my lecture. I think you know this is the module of construction technology and services, right? So we have to discuss about some construction technological things, right? So those are the I'll discuss what are the areas in your module. So mainly we are discussing actually about some technology, some important things, techniques, some testings, those type of things we are discussing under this module. So okay, normally I'm uploading all the lecture materials to the Google Classroom. You can before starting the lectures normally I'll upload. Today I have not uploaded, so after the lecture I will upload it. And in this module you have to do two assessments. One is your assignment and the second one is your exam paper, right? So those are the two assessments that you should complete under this module. Yes, and for the assessment it's coming from the 50%, and examination also counted from 50%. Yeah, those are the things, right? Normally in my lectures I'm teaching you how to do the assignment, right? I'm giving some examples, that's open questions for the exam paper. All these areas are covered during my lecture series, right? Okay, I'll start my discussion. Try to participate for the lectures, right? Normally I'll start at 8. I'm waiting around 10 minutes for the students normally in my lectures, right, to students to join. So please try to join for the lectures physically, sorry, online on time. Right, so my name is Yashoda Shinadikari, right? I'm also a professional quantity surveyor. I graduated from University of Salford, UK, and I completed my master's from the Cardiff Metropolitan University under the project management. Those are my qualifications, and I'm currently working as a lecturer. Right. This is the module plan for your module, construction technology and services. First, we have to, under this module, these are the areas actually that we should complete: construction industry, authority requirements, green building, job safety, drawings, site, soil slabs, foundations. Actually, I'm discussing some drawings related things, right? I'm not teaching you to how to develop a drawing by using AutoCAD or something like that, right? But I'm covering some areas related to the to identify drawing, to read a drawing, those type of areas I'll cover on this module. After that, concrete, steel, framing, roofing, glasses, door windows, cladding, interior finishing, painting, sealing, partition, right? Normally in this module, under this module, I'm sharing a lot of videos actually, right? How to do the painting part, how to do the plastering part. This is an online lecture, and can I know about yourselves? Do you have any experience in the industry or not? Are you working or not? Sachin,
No, madam.
you're not working in the industry, right? Full-time student.
No, yes.
Okay. Ishar?
No, madam.
Okay. Radish?
No, madam.
All are full-time students. Very good. Okay. Let's see. I'm sharing some videos also related to some technical things. Because if you don't have, if you are not working in the industry, means you have no enough experiences related to the construction industry. Okay, we'll go one by one. Is this your first semester or the second semester? Any response? First semester or the second semester? Did you complete any module previously?
Fourth module, madam.
Fourth module.
This is my second module.
Oh. Okay. Right. So in this for the start of this module, today I'm going to discuss about the construction industry, pre-construction period, post-construction period. Those are the areas that I planning to cover, right? All right. The first thing, what is this construction industry? So this construction industry is one of the oldest and the largest industry in the world, right? So, and the construction is traditionally, so well, with its market size of about 10 trillion US dollars. Construction is traditionally a contracting business, right? From the good old days, the industry comprises of a very large number of small firms. Now, the construction industry is one of the largest industry in any economy. It makes a significant contribution to the national economy and provides employment to the large number of people. Actually, I think personally, I also selected my degree, my career from under the construction industry. The main reason was the job opportunities in the country, job opportunities in the world, and the salary schemes. Right? That's the main main reason to go select my degree under the construction industry, select my path under the construction industry. I think it's similar, it's the same thing for all of you, right? So because of those benefits, because of the job opportunities, because of the salary scheme, right? Those are the reason why we are selecting our path from the under the construction industry. History of the construction industry. Actually, in this module, we have to learn about some technical details of technology, technical things. So before coming to the techniques in the construction industry, current technique, you know to know about the history of the construction industry. We all know early humans manipulated their environment to protect themselves from the elements in view of the base. Right? So actually, previously, under the history of the construction industry, people use different materials, different techniques to construct their houses. Sometimes those are not very steady, those are not a permanent structure most of the time. Currently, we are constructing very permanent structures, right? Materials also different, techniques also different, use tools also different. I can show you now. Right, give me 1 second. I will show you one video related to the current construction industry. Normally, I'm sharing this one with students to take idea about the world construction industry. Give me 1 second. Now you know, according to the history of the construction industry, people use different techniques, actually, different ways. They are not constructed permanent structure. In Sri Lanka, with your experiences, I think you can understand normally, to construct a house, don't think about a very large scale project, right? To construct a house, we need around 1 year of time period to complete it, right? We need more time to do the construction activities. But in the world, people are constructing multi-story building within very limited hours, right? Very limited hours. I'm not telling about months or weeks. Very limited hours. To construct a 2-3 story building, 2-3 story our houses, we need around 1 year of time period. But in the world, they constructed 50 story, 60 story building within very limited hours, right? I'll show you one video. The reason is they're using new technologies. That's the reason. That's the reason why they construct it very fastly. You can see after I share the video.
Modern multi-story. Have you ever wondered how fast we can build modern multi-story buildings nowadays? You might think it takes months or even a year, but hold on tight because I have some mind-blowing news for you. Thanks to cutting-edge construction technologies, we can now complete the construction of multi-story buildings in just a few hours. Yes, you heard that right. Hours, not weeks or months. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through these revolutionary innovations that are shaping the future of construction. Get ready to witness the rapid rise of towering structures and uncover the secrets behind these construction marvels. Whether you're a construction enthusiast or just curious about the latest technological advancements, this video is for you. So, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let's dive into the world of lightning-fast construction. Let's kick off our compilation of mind-blowing construction technologies with the incredible Hadrian X robot. This unique robot is an absolute game-changer, capable of laying a staggering 1,000 bricks per hour. Yes, you heard that right. It can replace an entire team of workers and dramatically reduce construction time. Picture this. A large telescopic robotic arm mounted on a massive 25-ton truck, equipped with cutting-edge electrical components housed on a separate frame, all controlled from a van. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But the best part is, it's real, and it's reshaping the construction industry as we know it. Before the Hadrian X robot gets to work, it does some serious prep. It reviews blueprints, creates a 3D model, and plans the entire construction process. This futuristic machine even figures out which bricks need to be cut, and cleverly reuses the scraps, minimizing waste like a pro. When it's time to put those bricks into action, the Hadrian X applies a special adhesive, and with the precision of a laser-guided system, it places the bricks in perfect position. On average, it can lay around 150 bricks per hour, but hold on tight, because when it's in full speed mode, it can reach a jaw-dropping 200 bricks per hour.
Normally, when we are constructing our house in the Sri Lankan construction industry, we are doing those things manually. In the world, there are different type of techniques to complete those activities very fastly. Right? We'll see not only that, there are different new techniques.
That's a whopping 1,500 to 2,000 bricks in a single shift. Imagine the possibilities. This robotic wonder is outperforming traditional bricklayers by leaps and bounds. While a skilled bricklayer lays around 500 bricks in the same time frame, the Hadrian X is proving to be an unstoppable force in the world of construction. Imagine starting to build a house from the roof down. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's precisely the revolutionary new technique employed by LiftBuild in constructing awe-inspiring skyscrapers. This game-changing technology has turned the traditional construction process on its head by allowing buildings to be constructed top-down. The secret lies in their innovative construction method. They assemble the floors, elevate them above the ground, and then lift them onto the planned platform. This presents a groundbreaking alternative to the labor-intensive process of extending steel frames, floors, walls, and all components vertically. But how does it work in practice? Enter The Exchange, a 16-story project standing tall at 63 meters in Detroit's Greektown area. This unique triangular-shaped building, bordered by city streets on all sides and facing constraints from the above-ground people mover system, presented significant complexity. Yet, thanks to LiftBuild's cutting-edge technology, these challenges were ingeniously overcome, making the seemingly impossible possible. The advantages of this new modular construction method are immense. It simplifies and standardizes the process, boosting efficiency and potentially saving time and money. Safety is also significantly enhanced, as work at heights is eliminated, along with the need for tower cranes and additional equipment that often pose risks in traditional construction. The result? A safer and more productive work environment, reducing the likelihood of falls, the primary cause of serious or fatal accidents in the construction industry. The CEO of LiftBuild, Joe Bamanuto, couldn't be happier with the results. He confidently states that their proprietary methods have proven to deliver the anticipated advantages, and they're now poised to commercialize this game-changing technology on a broader scale. Incredible technological advancements have emerged from the Chinese company Broad Group, revolutionizing the construction industry with their cutting-edge building assembly technology. One of their most impressive feats involved creating a 10-story residential building in a jaw-dropping time of just 28 hours and 45 minutes. How did they achieve such mind-boggling speed, you ask? Well, it all revolves around their innovative approach called the living building. Picture this: factory-made modules, meticulously crafted around a strong stainless steel frame, serve as the core elements of this groundbreaking system. These modules come fully equipped with all the essentials for comfortable living, including insulation, electrical wiring, plumbing, glazing, and a top-notch ventilation system. But here's the real magic: Broad Group's B-Core slabs. These slabs consist of 2 steel sheets, cleverly connected by a network of short vertical tubes, providing unmatched strength and lightness. They claim this technology is 10 times lighter and a staggering 100 times stronger than traditional construction methods. Quite a game changer, don't you think? The living building's versatility is another reason it has the construction world buzzing. The individual...
Right, another new thing. Can you see? They shifting...
Stronger than traditional construction methods.
Right.
Quite a game changer, don't you think? The living building's versatility is another reason it has the construction...
Yeah, they shifting this kind of blocks. And they're doing some fixing work. Right? That means this part constructed in a separate place. And in the construction time, during the construction time, they're only doing a fixing work. I'll show you another one after this video too.
The individual components are ingeniously sized to fit standard cargo containers, making transport a breeze.
Right, it's constructed based on the size of actually the container box size. Right, we'll see if it's covered.
No matter where you need a building erected, they can conveniently ship these prefabricated blocks worldwide using existing transportation methods. Talk about taking prefab to a whole new level. Oh, but the benefits don't stop there. These innovative structures boast earthquake resistance and exceptional energy efficiency, making them ideal for various purposes, be it residential homes, hotels, or even hospitals. The icing on the cake is that when the need arises, these buildings can be swiftly disassembled and relocated to another site. Imagine the possibilities.
Sergeant, brothers and sisters, I'm here in one of...
Broad Group is dreaming big, envisioning the living
you can
building
see how
concept
it's fast, right? Very quickly they're fixing it.
Group is dreaming big,
right here.
Disassembled and relocated to another site. Imagine the possibilities.
To construct this kind of building, we need around 2-3 years of time period for Sri Lanka.
Towering heights, quite literally. They claim the system.
But actually, this is a pre-cast technology, right? They constructed these parts in a different place, and after that, they fix it. They do it only a fixed work for transportation easier to transport it very quick easily. They constructed it based according to the size of container box. So by using container trailers, they can transport it very quickly to the proposed land. Right? Likewise, different type of new technologies are available in the world. But in Sri Lanka, still, we are using precast technology, but not like this. We are not using it like for a whole buildings like this.
System is suitable for constructing skyscrapers with a mind-boggling maximum of 200 floors. Sky's the limit, it seems. Although the exact pricing of individual modules remains undisclosed, we do know that a 20-apartment multi-story building by Broad Group, covering an impressive 2948 square meters, came in at a remarkable cost of less than $3 million, excluding delivery costs. Innovations in house construction have led to the increasing use of isolated concrete forms, ICF, a remarkable material that combines expanded polystyrene foam with reinforced concrete. While traditionally utilized for foundation construction, this technology has now evolved to encompass the creation of entire walls and even multi-story houses. One standout company excelling in ICF specialization is Fox Blocks. The brilliance of this material lies in its incredible strength, boasting a remarkable 10-fold superiority over wood. Not only that, but it also offers the distinct advantage of having 2 layers of thermal insulation. This translates into astounding energy savings of up to 75% on heating costs.
All right. Now I'm going to discuss about life cycle of a project. Right? This is the next. Today just I'm taking only a start to our module actually. After that, step by step, we will discuss all the things. So first of all, I'm going to, I think you have not joined with us module previously. So anyway, imagine I want to construct a house, right? So I'm going to construct a house. First of all, I want to discuss it with a design team or any contractor, right? Imagine I don't know anything about the construction industry. I have no previous experience also related to the construction industry. So that's means definitely I want to discuss my requirement with a contractor, right? So there is a contractor. I'm taking a discussion with my contractor and I'm telling all my requirements to that person. I'm telling I need a 3-story house. I need 6 bedrooms, 2 attached bathrooms, right? This is my proposed land. My gross internal flow area, the area size is. I need this type of balconies into my house. I need a rooftop. Likewise, all my requirements I'm telling to my contractor or the design team. First of all, you should do it. Otherwise, you can't take a drawing, you can't take an output as you wish. So I inform all my requirements to that person. So he take down all my requirements first of all during my first meeting. After that, that person requesting for a site visit also, for the proposed land visit. We are taking a visit, right? All these things we have to complete during the initial stage of the project. At the start, this is the start of a construction project. Right, first, the client should give all the requirements to the contractor. And contractor also should note down all the requirements, should take a site visit, should visit the project location, right? Sometimes project location to location, there are different type of rules and regulations. We have to identify those. It's a contractor's responsibility or the designer's responsibility. For an example, I can say, I think you all know about the Kandy. Kandy near to the Temple of Tooth. That area is a historical valuable area, right? That's a different value in that area. When we are doing a construction activity near to the Temple of Tooth and around that Kandy town, we have to follow the rules and regulation in that area. There are some different heights for the buildings, right? We can't construct it as we wish. We have to obey to that rules and regulation in that area. Likewise, when we construct in any type of building, when we go start in any project, the contractor team and the design team should visit the site and should study the rules and regulations in that area. And there are some lands we can't do any construction activity, right? If there is any wetland areas, likewise there are different rules are there. In those areas we can't do any construction activity, right? Some farming areas, likewise there are different rules. Study those things. You can read those things. Those are available in the internet also. So during the first stage or the initial stage, define all the requirements in a project, in the contract on the client side. Right? I am the client, so I inform to them. After that, based on my requirement, based on the rules and the regulations, based on the site conditions, based on all these things, design team going to start the design part of my house. That's the second stage of the project. First one was the initial stage. Now I'm going to the second stage. This is the design stage. Right? This is the design stage. Now, during the first stage, at the start of the design stage, first of all, our design team is not going to submit a 3D drawings, right? From the first time. First, they develop in some sketches, take some meetings with the client. They should take the approval. After that, they design the 3D drawings. Again, it should submit to the client. Likewise, we have to take more time to complete the design part. It is very important because without a completed drawing, we can't start our construction activities. We can start, but it is not success. Right? First of all, the design means the drawing, right? Drawing. During the second stage, we should complete our drawing part. That's the thing. After that, now imagine we have conducted one meeting, so we have developed the 3D drawings, we received the approval from the client part also. Now design is 100% complete. Then, with the 100% completed drawing, we can start the construction stage. This is the third stage of our project. Construction stage. This is the third stage of the project. Now, during the construction stage, it's a different process that normally it is taking long time period, right? So we are starting the construction activities, right? Different type of parties are involved into the construction stage, right? Different activities we have to complete under the construction stage, right? Anyway, we should complete the physical activities of our project. That's the construction, the physical development of our project. Previously, we developed it in papers, software. So now we are starting it in physically. So that's how we are doing the construction stage. Now, construction part is over. Imagine you have constructed your building 100%, now it is over. But project life cycle is still continuing. Right? After completing the construction activities of a building, of imagine of your house, now your construction is over. But after handing over it to the client, there is another responsibility to the client. That's the maintaining works of the building. That's mean the maintenance stage of the building. You all know, right? There are big the shopping complexes are available in our country, right? So I can say the one Gold Base building, the different hotels, right? Like around Colombo, right? And a lot of shopping complexes are MZ, right? CCC, likewise different shopping complexes are available. So in every building, not only that, in every factory, in every hotel building, in every building, there is a separate team for maintaining works. Those are the responsible person and those are doing the maintaining works of the building. Right? Maintaining team. So maintaining of the stage of the building also we are considering under the life cycle of the building. This is the fourth stage, maintaining stage. Right, maintaining stage. During the maintaining stage, again, quantity surveyors, engineers, project managers, subcontractors, different type of parties are joining with us. Now we completed 4 stages of the project. Initial stage, design stage, construction stage, maintaining stage. The last one is, the 5th stage is the demolition stage. After 50 years, maybe after 100 years, maybe after some period of time, in one day, we have to demolish that building. Right? So normally when we are designing the building, sometimes our client is telling this building I need this building for another 50 years. Right? If you know about the K-Zone building that was in near the Jail, right? It was a property under John Keel's property, right? It constructed by using some steel structures, right? K-Zone. It was like the shopping complex, right? Shopping area. So after some period of time, I think around 10 years, I can't remember the number of years, they demolished it, right? It was a profitable place. There was a large number of people was there for a shopping purpose, right? Likewise, it was a very famous place in that area. But after some period of time, they demolished it 100%. It was the plan. It was the plan of that relevant organization. After that, nowadays, they constructed an apartment project, doing an apartment project in that same place. When they constructed that shopping complex, they had a target, they had a plan about lifespan of the building. They planned to demolish this building after 10 years. Right? Based on that, they used different type of techniques because they know after 10 years we are going to demolish this building. Because of that, we should use that suitable technologies, suitable techniques. Right? They earn from that building. They earn from that shopping complex. Right? Now, currently, in the same place, they constructing they constructing apartment project. Right? Likewise, we have to know about the lifespan of the building. At the end of our lifespan, we have to demolish it. Right? The end of the project end is demolition stage. Right? The techniques are different. If you are constructing it for 5 years, for 10 years, if you are constructing it for 100 years, the techniques are totally different. Those incident and the example is the K-Zone building. Not only that, there are many examples around the world, but very common, we all know, it was very famous in that time. Right? So this is the lifespan of a building. Initial stage, design stage, construction stage, maintenance stage, and the demolition stage. These are the 5 stages of a building. All right. So in this lifespan, project life cycle, again, I can divide into 2 sections. Those are pre-construction stage and the post-construction stage. Right? Pre-construction stage and the post-construction stage. Pre-construction stage means before starting construction activities. We are considering that stage as pre-construction stage. Before starting construction activities. Post-construction means after starting the construction activities. So pre-construction is the time truly assess and plan to mitigate risk associated with the construct in the project, including evaluation of the construction site, permit and inspection requirements, and any other special situations that need to be resolved before or during construction. right? So this pre-construction, now in my life cycle of the project also, I told you initial stage, design stage, and the construction stage. Before the construction stage means initial stage and the design stage. Those two stages we have to consider under the pre-construction period, right? That is the pre-construction period. So during the pre-construction stage, sorry. So during the pre-construction stage, as I told you, you have to do the initial data collection part. You have to identify some requirements in that area and the client requirement. Sometimes you have to do some inspection work. You have to take permits. You have to learn about permits, right? At the design part, those are the pre-construction activities. The design and construction of the building project is the result of collective ideas, talents, and services of large diverse group of professionals. The three main players in any construction team are the owner, architect and engineer, general contractor. Actually, this is the stakeholders of the project. In here, I have not, yes, right? Well, at that time, I'll discuss about anyway. Okay. Normally, during the pre-construction part, pre-construction stage. Now, I told you the pre-construction stage means before starting the construction activities. And I told you, designing part, initial stage related things, all these things you have to complete under the pre-construction stage. During the pre-construction stage of our project, different type of parties are involved into the project. They are the stakeholders of a project during the pre-construction stage. Mainly, we have to work with owner, right, the client, contractor, right, who is the party going to do the construction activities, and the design team, including the architect. They are the main people of our project. Pre-construction activities. A vast array of planning decisions are made at the onset of construction project. An evaluation of the vision for project scope, functional requirement, the determination of a site, budget and financing, project scheduling, assurance that regulatory constraints such as zoning and the code regulations will be satisfied. I'll discuss it. All right. So these are some activities that you should do during the pre-construction stage. Right? So don't ask me what is the lecture. Before starting the construction activities, all the things that you should do in the project, those are the pre-construction activities. Imagine now I'm going to construct my house. Right? Now there's the same example. I told about all my requirements to that design team. They did some investigations. Right? And they give it, normally when I'm giving my requirements to the contractor or the relevant party, definitely I'm telling another important thing to them. That's me about my budget. Another thing I want to know, I'm doing the quantity survey of project management. Ishara? What is your project management?
Yes, ma'am. Project management.
Okay, Sachin.
Yes, madam.
Other two? Radish?
Project management.
Right. Yes, you, Mohammed?
Yeah, same.
All are project managers. Right, okay. All right. Right, okay. So, so that means you don't know about maybe you have no idea about the budget and what is those things, right? Okay. I'll teach you something, I'll tell you something. Normally, very practical. Normally, during my discussion, I'm taking very normal examples, right? With our day-to-day life. Imagine now, with the same example, I wanted to construct my house, right? It was my requirement. I wanted to construct my house. Now, before taking any decisions, I know about my capacity to spend my budget. I know about my capacity. I know I can spend around 1 million, for example, right? I know I can spend 10 million or around 10 million to construct a house. So the same thing, the same capability, the same capacity. Definitely, you should mention during your initial stage the contractor also. I should tell about my budget. I have to tell about my budget to the contractor. I have to say I can spend 10 million for my house. So because of that, please design my house under that 10 million under my budget. Imagine my budget is 10 million. Then prepared the design for 20 million, right? I have no enough money to construct that house because my budget was only 10 million. That's my capacity. But that company, that people designed a house for 20 million. So I can't complete. Definitely, I can't go with that. So because of that, you should, as a client, you have to tell about your budget capacity to that team, to the design team or the contractor. Not only that, imagine if you want to complete this building within 1 year, right? Because still I am in a house, different house for rent, right? I can use that place for another 1 year of time period. After that, I have to shift. Because of that, please complete my house within 1 year. I need that kind of timeline. Those things, those are a client's requirements, budget, timeline, right? So based on that, okay, now I know. Imagine now client told me about the budget and the timeline. I am the contractor party. Now I know this client's budget is 10 million, and he should complete. We have to complete this house within 1 year, right? Timeline is okay. Now I know the budget. So based on the budget, only now I'm doing the design, right? So imagine there are different techniques. So imagine about the fittings, right? So client is told me about very specialized tile material, right? If I use Roselle tile, it's very costly high. It's costly very high, right? If I use a Chinese tile product, right, with high quality, but those are little bit costly low. Not only that, imagine, I think it's maybe difficult for you to understand. Okay, I'll tell you another thing. Imagine how I know my client's budget is 10 million, right? Around this 10 million, I can do a design for 2-story house, right? For total finishing, all the cost is 10 million. Then I can design 2-story house for 10 million, right? So if I design it for 4-story house, by design for a 4-story house, I know my client can't achieve it because my client's budget is only 10 million. So when I'm doing the design part for my client, I have to think about that budget also at the same time for the timeline, right? So that's the first thing. So during the pre-construction stage, the first thing is you have to take 100% completed drawing during the pre-construction stage. Not only that, before going to the construction activities, you have, as a client, you can request a BOQ to the project or the accurate cost estimate for the project. Previously, we are doing some assumptions. No? I can spend 10 million, please design it for 10 million, likewise. So, but anyway, before going to the construction stage, you, as a client, you can request a budget, a BOQ, bill of quantities. Then you can check about the total cost of the building. With those confirmations only, you're going to the construction stage. Otherwise, you can't start the construction activities with the confidence. Pre-design and design developments. Determine project goals and objectives. Program it, research and decision-making process to determine specific needs, build it, be fulfilled, and identify scope and work. Design sketches and feasibility studies are developed, establish design intent, results of pre-design work. I have to discuss all these things, right? Right. Pre-design and design development. Design development. Detailed drawings of building with exact sizes, relationships of building elements. Floor plan, building sections, elevation drawings, computer-aided drawings. Normally, if you're familiar with 2D drawings, next day I will share some 2D drawings. Right, actually, we have to do it in detail. But after the break, I will show you some videos for the 2D drawings. Anyway, try to get your house plan from your parents and try to read it. Right, then you are very familiar with your house structure, and try to read your house plan. Right. So normally in a 2D drawing, we are including normally. Don't think about the word of 2D. Normally now in a drawing, when we are developing a drawing, we have to think about the floor plan. We have to design the floor plan, building sections, elevation drawings, right? Foundation design, details, column-based detail, likewise different type of drawings. We have to come complete under the pre-construction stage. Pre-design and design development. Construction drawings. Working drawing show dimensions relationship between all aspects of the building. Actually, when we go into the construction stage of the building, right, at the time when we are starting the construction stage, definitely we have the right. Imagine now I am imagine I am the client, or no, I am the contractor team, design team. Sorry. Now we have already completed the design part, and I received the approval from the client also. So after that, we are going to start the construction part. Before starting the construction part, right, that means we are going to start the construction activities now. Client team, that the design team should give completed drawing set to the contractor team with all details, with all clear dimensions. Based on that drawing set only, your contractor team can start the construction activities. Without proper drawings, we can't do the construction activities. No? We have to know about the dimensions, depth, height, very carefully. So that drawing set, that sets of drawings, we can name as construction drawings. Those are the construction drawings. Construction stage drawing set construction drawings. We have to include all the dimensions very carefully in the construction drawing set. Right? So that also important. Specifications. Another thing. Describe in writing more detailed information and exact type of materials we use and the ways of construction processes are conducted. In a project, this specification also very important. If you know, I think you all have no idea about the construction, no experiences on the construction project. Spec. Normally we are telling it as spec. Search on the internet about spec and try to read a specification book. Right? Normally, during the pre-construction stage, we have to complete another document as specification book. Right? In that book, we have to include all the work items, right? All the techniques that we are going to use for that relevant work item. There is a specialized material, everything we should mention in the specification. Normally, before starting any construction activity, right, in our sites, right, before starting any construction activity in our projects, in our sites, we are reading the specification book. Imagine now I'm going to start the painting works in my site. I'm going to start the painting works in my site, right? Before starting the painting work, if I'm the engineer of my site or the project manager, maybe the quantity surveyor, we have to read that relevant painting related item from the specification. Right? Painting related item under the specification. It's mentioned in painting height, painting type, how many codes are required. Right? Everything is mentioned in the specification book. Because of that, before doing any work activity in our project, definitely we should read the specification book, specification item. Normally we know that it's spec. Right? Spec. Word use. It's a very big book, not a small one. Right? All the techniques, all the things are available in that book. Right? Spec is different. Project to project, it's different. Right? Because project to project techniques, materials are different. Sometimes for my project, I can use a different type of tile, for an example, right? Tile manufacturers are different. Certificate manufacturers are different. Painting companies, there are different painting manufacturers. Not only that, techniques also different. Because of that, project to project spec is different. Right? So this spec development work also you have to complete under the pre-construction stage of our project. Right. Next, I want to, those are the activities that you should do under the pre-construction stage. Right. I have added another slide during my discussion actually. This is something a different thing. Maybe you sometimes you know about the BIM. But anyway, I'm going to discuss something about BIM. Actually, why I included this part is BIM is this is a technique in the construction activities. Actually, this is the modern technique in nowadays. As professionals in the construction industry in future, the students in our construction industry, you have to know about this part. This is very important. That's the reason. In nowadays, our construction industry running with this modern technology. It's building information and modeling. Right? It is not a software or any technical. Technique means it's a very developed item, computer-aided thing. Right? Not a software. Right? Actually, here I have mentioned a software, not a software, right? This is not a software. This is a technique, right? Lot of benefits you can take from BIM. Actually, I can say BIM-aided softwares are there. If you are familiar with Revit, right? Revit is one of the BIM-aided software. Why I going to teach this is especially for the students in the construction industry. This is important. And now I will be the discussion of the project life cycle. BIM we can use for the project life cycle from the initial stage of our project. Right, from the initial stage we can take benefits from we can use BIM. That's why I included some slides about BIM. Right. I'm going to teach you something about BIM, but I'm not going to teach you how to use BIM software. Right. There are a lot of benefits from it. Take it on mind. In nowadays, in the world market for the professions in the industry, in the construction industry, there is a different value for BIM knowledgeable people, for the BIM knowledgeable people, BIM practice people. There is a different value, right? If you're a full-time student, try to learn about BIM softwares, right? Commonly, Revit is one of the BIM related software because those may be important for you because it's adding additional value to you in the industry, right? Especially in Sri Lanka, still we are not very familiar with BIM. I want to mention that one also. We are using, some companies using, right? But 100% not 100%. Actually, we are not 10%, 5% from the industry familiar with BIM. Other people are not familiar with BIM. They are not using BIM softwares. We are not using BIM techniques, right? But it is not similar in other countries. Not like in other countries, Dubai, Qatar, in other countries, in European countries, they are using these techniques. That's the reason why they are giving additional value to the knowledgeable people are in BIM. The salary schemes are different. Likewise, different things are there, right? We'll discuss about BIM after a small break. I need a small break. After that, I'll start my discussion BIM from BIM. Right? Normally, I'm giving you around 15 minutes of break, around 10 to 15 minutes break, because I know it's very difficult to go stay for 3 hours, right? And listening to me for 3 hours, it's difficult. And you're joining with us through online, not a physical lecture. So that's why I'm giving that time period. And for me also, it is important because I have to teach you during 3 hours. Right, okay. After the break, I'll start my discussion from B. Right? Okay. Join me the lecture after around 10 minutes. Okay. built-in information modeling. So this is BIM. BIM is actually, as I told you, it's not a software, it's a technique. So we can include all the information into single format. That's been 3D drawing, right? The quantities, the cost, timelines, everything we can draw in the develop in the same document. I can say like this: if you're using BIM, actually, you can design your whole building from your computer without entering into the lab. You can complete your building, right, in your computer without entering into the lab. Normally, we are using this software, this technique during the pre-construction stage. We are starting to use, right? I'll show you one video. Then you can understand why I'm telling like this, right? I'll show both. Right here, check this. This is the time duration, right, in the top line, right? Here you can see the number of vehicles, number of machineries are working, and this showing the cost. Right, this kind of document, this kind of things you can develop by using BIM aided softwares, right? How is the day one life? That's why I'm saying without entering into the proposed plan, you can develop your building in your computer. See the day one, where right when it comes to stage, we know 3 types of stuff that points we need to fix these elements. So we have to hire 3 points for the crane, right? The day one. The use crane, 2 cycles. Check the day cost also.
Surf Excel වල double magic එකෙන්
Right. I will show you another one with the same detail.
Secure sightline with terrace fencing whilst we install the permanent. Our first activity will be to set up a secure sightline with terrace fencing whilst we install the permanent hoarding and deliver 2 cabins that will be powered off generators, ready for the start of construction activities of the project. We will install 2 sets of site gates that we use as a one-way system at the beginning of the project, reverting back to 2 separate entrances during the main build. We understand that the roads coming into the project are restricted, so our proposal is to suspend the parking bays on Newton Street and Lucy Street to overcome this problem, whilst always maintaining safe pedestrian access around the site. For Block H, there will be a separate vehicle entrance with biometric pedestrian access, ensuring this remote site is safe at all times. Once we've set up the secure site, we will commence the reduced dig to Block B and start the investigation works to the retaining walls adjacent to Block A. Our aim will be to utilise the existing retaining wall, therefore reducing a potentially time-consuming element of work. We will also dig down locally and core through the slabs for piles that will be installed further on in the construction works. We will then commence the piling to Block B, which will be CFA piling, thus reducing the vibration and noise of the works. At the same time, we will commence the reduced dig to Block A. We have assumed that the service diversion within Block A footprint will have taken place prior to the enabling works commencing. During this period, our main site setup will be installed. Our current proposal is for 5 cabins triple stacked due to the tight constraints within the site, with biometric entry restricting pedestrian access to the work areas. We understand the key for the completion of Blocks B and H ahead of Block A, and will install the 2 tower cranes as early as possible to speed up the construction within the groundworks and in situ works for Block B. We will ensure there is no oversailing of the cranes to the footpaths or roads around the perimeter of the project. We will then commence with the concrete into the ground floor slab Block B, whilst the piling is being concluded to Block A. The next element of works will be for the precast frame to Block B to commence off first floor podium level. Whilst we complete the in situ concrete works to podium levels of Block A, we will utilise the 2 cranes at this point to secure a programme advantage on Block B. Block H will be constructed with a combination of steelwork, precast planks and a more traditional method of brick and block work. This will be built concurrently to Block B, with both Blocks B and H completing in August 2019. Precast is up to the 5th floor. We'll commence the external facade under the podium levels and the internal fit out from the 2nd floor level. The precast units come pre-finished with the windows installed and the brickwork facade as part of the sandwich panel. This will reduce the need for major facade works. All external walls are lifted into position first to enable them to be line and levelled, followed by the internal walls to tie them in. It is at this point that we will lift in the finished bathroom pods. Finally, the solid concrete floors will be lifted on top of the floor plate. This now shows the sequence of a typical room fit out. As you can see, the amount of trades have greatly reduced with the precast system. Here's rooms, resulting in reduced material handling, waste and operatives on site. The system also achieves an earlier watertight date due to the windows coming in pre-fitted along with the facade. We can commence fit out 3 floors below by sealing the floors at every 3rd floor, enabling the fit out to commence earlier and therefore gaining a programme advantage. The hoists will be installed progressively as the frame is built, along with the areas of curtain walling progressing upwards on this logic. The same logic will be repeated in Block A. Commence the final ceiling works to the facade using cradles. Once the frames to both Blocks A and B are complete, the tower cranes will be struck. External works will then commence. Prior to this first sectional completion, the site perimeter will be realigned to allow for safe access to both buildings ready for occupation. Through this initial tender period, we have fully detailed our proposal for the construction methodologies, which is detailed in our submission. We've engaged our supply chain in a number of collaborative design and programming workshops. We've also held lessons learnt workshops with other Galliford Try business units who are delivering student accommodation schemes across the country, as well as holding delivering excellence workshops, which focus on our ethos of delivering projects safely, on time, with zero defects and to the client's expectations. This approach has ensured that we can confidently commit to delivering Blocks B and H by August 2019 and Block A by March 2020. Finally, we will move on to complete Block A and the final project handover in March 2020.
Right. So these kind of benefits you can take by using BIM aided softwares, right? So actually now you saw, without entering to the proposed land, you can construct your whole building in your computer. I mentioned that sentence at the beginning of, and with the video it's approved now. There are many benefits to the construction team that can take by using these software, especially risk identification. There are a lot of benefits, right? Just for one, I can say risk identification. In the construction industry, there are many risks in the construction industry, right? So very hazardous things are there. Risky. Construction industry is actually one of the very risky and hazardous industry. But by following this kind of technique, you can identify all the risk related to your project at the beginning. I think you all can agree with me, right? Start කරන්න කලින් මේ විදිහට project එක step by step අපි බලනවා නම් project එකට තියෙන risk මොනවද කියලා identify කරගන්න පුළුවන්. That's the main benefit. Right? Not only that, lot of things are there, right? You can do resource management well. Under the project, now you all are doing project management. Now you all in future you all going to be project managers. So under the project management, right, as a profession in the industry as a project manager, resource management is very, very important. Actually, this BIM is very useful for the project managers to manage the project very well, right? So resource allocation. Resource means the labor, plant, machinery, tool allocation for the project, right? According to my previous two videos, the last two videos, you saw how many materials are required, how many cranes are required for the first day. Everything is very clear. If you're the project manager, by using this video, you can allocate enough resources on time, right? Resources කියලා කියන්නේ material, labor, machinery, tools. හරියට resources on time දුන්නේ නැත්තම්, if you have not allocated enough resources on time, what will happen? The project will be delayed. When according to my first video, there were 3 cranes. Imagine you allocated only 2 cranes for the work. What will happen? You can't complete that project according to the allocated design time schedule. Cranes do not corner then or cranes take identity. So you can't complete it on time. By following this kind of video, you can understand to balance that cable, to balance that element. I need 3 cranes. Likewise, you can allocate it on time. Right? That kind of lot of benefits are there for the project manager especially. Right? Okay. Right. Benefits of using BIM softwares. Better collaboration and communication. Right? Keep in your mind those benefits. I'm not going to discuss about BIM very deeply, right? It's your level. So normally, all the professions can have. We are giving access to all the profession, all the stakeholders in the project that relevant for all. Likewise, there are different things are there. Anyway, collaboration, right? Model-based cost estimation, pre-construction project visualization. Very clear. Your project is coming as a 3D design at the end, so it's very clear. Improve coordination, improve scheduling, increase productivity, safer construction sites. Those are the benefits of using this BIM software. Right. Now, up to this slide, I discussed about the construction industry, life cycle of the construction industry. After that, pre-construction stage, BIM, all these things we discussed. Now I'm going to another new topic named as tendering. I think it may be a new word for some students, but some students may be familiar with tendering stage. Now, imagine, now I'm taking the same example for me. So, I wanted to construct my house. So, first of all, what I did, I contacted designer to design my house plan. Right, so I contacted designer. I conducted some one-to-one meetings with the designer. Imagine he's the architect. Right, so after that, we finalized our drawing. So I contacted design team. I worked with a design team, including architect. Sometimes design. Most of the time, designers. There are some contractors. They're doing the designing part and the construction part both. But some contractors are there. They're doing, sometimes they're only doing the design part. Sometimes they're only doing the construction part. So in my example, I contacted a design team. They are not doing the construction part, right? So in that case, now I have already completed my design part. Now I want to start my construction activities. But my designers are not doing the construction activities. That means I have to contact a new team for my construction work. How I can select? What is the method? What is the process to select more suitable contractor for my construction activities? I want to select a person or the company to do my construction activities. The selection process, the process of selection, process to select a suitable contractor to the project. This process we know as the tendering process. This is the tendering process. For the contractor select කරගන්න එක තමයි tendering process එකේදී වෙන්නේ. Sometimes not only the contractor, for the material suppliers, subcontractors, for them also we are doing this process. Anyway, at the end I can say this is the method, this is the process to select more suitable person to the project. Project tendering is the process by which bids are invited for interested construction contractors to carry out specific packages of construction work. Right. Normally, I'll tell you something very quickly about the tendering stage. First of all, imagine, okay, now I'm taking the same example. I wanted to construct my house. So, right, then now I completed my designing part. Right, with my design team. Now I wanted to select a contractor party. Right, that's the requirement. Now, first of all, I am inviting to the contractors to submit their quotations to my project. මම invite කරනවා contractors ලට එයාලට කොච්චර ගාණක් ඕනද මේ building එක හදන්න කියලා මට කියන්න කියලා. It's an open invitation sometimes. With this open invitation, I am giving them my drawings, my contracts, my special clauses in my agreement, time durations, everything I am giving for them. Right? So, imagine now I am the client. You all are working as the contractors, and I'm publishing in a newspaper or media about my project. Now you all are very interested to bid for my project. You all are interested to take my project under your company, to your company. So you're referring my documents, you're referring my drawings, right? Sometimes you're coming for a site visit, right? After doing all these things, you're preparing a cost estimate for my project, right? Imagine there are 5 contractors. A contractor is telling me, I can complete this project, and after that they are submitting some documents, right? Not the verbal conversation. A contractor is telling, I can complete this building construction work for 10 million. B contractor is telling, I can complete this project for 5 million. C contractor is telling, I need 50 million to construct this house. D constructor is telling, I need 12 million to construct this house. E constructor also telling, I need 8 million to construct this house. Likewise, they're giving different prices based on their rates. Right? So after, imagine I requested before 20th of May, you all have to submit your quotation to the client. Now all the I am the client, I receive all the quotation from all 5 subcontractors. Now I'm take all these documents and I'm comparing about their cost. Now, before coming to this stage, personally, I know, I have idea about my project now. I have idea about my drawing and my budget as the client. I'm a project එක පටන් ගන්නකොට කිව්වනේ මට තියෙන 10 million මේ design එක එන්න ඕනේ 10 million වලට. Right? So based on that, my design team also designed my building for 10 million. So I know 10 million is the price. 10 million තමයි මේකට යන cost එක. So I know very well about it. So now I'm analyzing other contracts also, other details also. With the quotation, what are the material they use? What are the techniques that they're going to use? Why this cost is very low than the 10 million? Can they construct it for 5 million? Is it practical? Do they have enough experiences from the industry? Do they have enough staff members in the company? Likewise, I'm analyzing all these things. After that, again, I can say the 15 million contract is not acceptable. I can't accept because it's too much high. So I remove that one from my list. 5 million. I refer that document. Right? I know my budget also 10 million for the same house, so same building, but this person is telling I can complete this one by 5 million. So because of that, I refer that their document, they submitted document. Then I understood this person is going to use very low quality materials, very low quality techniques to reduce the cost. Because of that reason, I removed this person also from my list. Now I have A, B, and E. Again, I refer D, E contractors document also. One by one, I'm referring. when I check in this document, I unidentify in brief for a brief. Stakeholders means they are people for the project success, right? Rather had I can start to be a project managers in future. No? So as a project manager, you have worked with lot of people in a project. Not to work with lot of people in a project. Not only for the success. You have to work with them. So all these people or these teams, there are two types of contractors as main contractors. Work on time. Painting work. Likewise, different subcontractors are there. So these subcontractors also working as an internal stakeholder for a project. Because very quickly, very easily, they can create issues on the project. Because they are the one who actually physically doing the construction activity. Subcontractors at the project are going with project delays actually. Right? So because of that, subcontractors can create many issues with the project very easily. That's why we are considering them as the internal stakeholders. When it goes, those are the internal stakeholders. Likewise, you can identify who are the same with the external stakeholders also. Not the same actually. Imagine I am the client. I told them to use Japan original materials to my project. Due to the restrictions in the country, we can't hire my construction team can't order materials from Japan or that relevant country. So it was a risk. It was an issue. Right? Because of that, government also working as an external stakeholder to the project. Under some organization, I can tell about environmental authorities. If you are doing any pollution to the environment, they come in with some complaints. Right? Environmental organizations also very, very important. Right? Right. This is about the stakeholders, actually, internal stakeholders and the external stakeholders. So, internal stakeholders include individuals or group within an organization responsible for the project delivery, such as project managers or project managers of the internal, architect, engineers, contractors. External stakeholders include individual group or outside the organization. Oh, there's a mistake. Regulatory, local authority, general public. Those are the external stakeholders. I included some details about the stakeholders. Client. Clients are typically the primary stakeholders in the construction project as they initiate the project and finance it. They provide the project brief, including the scope, budget, and schedule, and oversee the project progress to ensure it meets their expectations. Clients also have the final say in approving project deliverables and signing off on the project completion. Right? These type of questions may be important for this area may be important for your exam. Right? If I ask a question, who are the stakeholders in the project, and discuss about their responsibilities, you have to write like this. Who are the stakeholders? Question internal, external stakeholders. After that, you have to take one by one, and you have to write about their responsibilities. These kind of questions may be in your exam paper. Project managers. Project managers are responsible for overseeing the project day-to-day operations, including managing budgets, schedules, and resources. They coordinate with all stakeholders, including client, contractors, architects, engineers, to assure the project is delivered on time, within budget, and to the required quality standards. Right? The project manager's job role is a very different job role. Right? In next day, I will ask why you selected the project management process. Right? So I will discuss about I think you have discussed, you have learned about the project manager's job role. You all are doing the project management. Right? So under the project management, if you are the project manager, actually, you have to handle all these stakeholders. You have to work with all these stakeholders. Normally, engineer is working directly, engaging with contractors, subcontractors, quantity surveyors, supervisors, right? Mainly with the internal stakeholders. It is similar to quantity surveyors also. But project manager should work with internal, external, all the stakeholders in our project, right? And the project manager's job role is to lead the project for the final target. He or she is the leader of the project. right? So because of that, without enough experiences on the project about the technological side, right? Without enough experiences on the techniques, technologies, and the management side, you can't be a qualified project manager, right? Not only the project management skills, you have to know about technical things also, technology, technical things. Those areas also very, very important. Architect and engineers. Architect and engineers are responsible for redesigning and planning the project, ensuring it meets the client's requirement, complies with regulation, and it is structurally sound. They also oversee the construction processes, ensuring the project is built to the required quality standards. Contractors and subcontractors. Contractors and subcontractors are responsible for the actual construction of the project. They manage the construction process, including the procurement of materials, management of labor, and coordination of work activities. They are also responsible for ensuring the project delivered on time, within budget, and to be required quality standards. Regulatory bodies and local authorities. Regulatory bodies and local authorities play a critical role in ensuring the project complies with local laws, regulations, and building codes. They oversee the construction process, conduct inspections, and issue permits and licenses required for the project's completion. The general public. The general public may also consider stakeholders, particularly if the project impacts their daily lives. They may be offered by the construction process, such as traffic disruptions, noise pollution, or changes to the landscape. It is essential to keep the public informed about the project progress and address any concern they may have. Right. This is something about the stakeholders. We have to continue our lecture with the site safety and other things, but actually today I'm not going to continue lecture with those areas. I need some more time to discuss my new section. Because of that, I'm going to wind up today's session from here. Right. Now you can ask if you have any question, any problem for today's session. You can ask now. Right. I think we discussed some very basic detail, not very basic. I think from your level, I discussed some important areas also. This is the start for my module, and not in next week. After the next week, I'll share your assignment also within 3 weeks. After that, you can start to do your assignment preparation work. Normally, for my assignments, I'm guiding. I'm giving some instructions also. So based on that, you can develop it. Right. So after that, we'll do some question for the exam paper before coming to the end. Right. Some sample question to guide your exam paper. All right. Okay. Another thing, please try to participate for the lectures, right? It is important. You all are full-time students, I think, right? So you have no enough experience about the construction industry also. You all are freshers to the industry, right? So because of that, these construction modules, you can't complete like rocket science, right? That's mean without proper knowledge on the technical detail, without proper knowledge on the areas, you can't learn these modules. Not only one module, actually for the construction-related modules. Right. So because of that, please try to participate for the lectures on time. Normally, I'm waiting around 10 minutes of time period for student participation. After that, I'm starting the lectures. I know practically you all are not following the lecture recordings properly, right? Because of that, try to participate for the lectures on time. Right. Okay. So every day, I'm appreciating student participation for the lectures. Thank you very much for your participation. We'll meet on the next week. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.